Good day everyone, I am CUBERO III from BSABE, and now we're gonna solve some simple problem about heat transfer. Now, a hollow spherical iron container with outer diameter of 0.4 meters and thickness of 0.8 centimeters is filled with iced water at 0 degrees Celsius. Now, determine the rate of heat loss from the sphere and the rate at which ice melts in the container if the outer surface temperature is 6 degrees Celsius. Now, let's assume that the steady operating conditions exist since the surface temperatures of the wall remain constant, and the heat transfer through the shell is one-dimensional. The thermal properties of the iron shell are constant. And lastly, let's assume that the inner surface of the shell is at the same temperature as the ice water, which is 0 degrees Celsius. Now, the thermal conductivity of iron, K, is equals to 80.2 watts per meter that degrees Celsius. And the heat fusion of water is at 1 atmosphere is 333.7 kilojoules per kilogram. Now, this spherical shell can be approximated as a plate of thickness 0.8 centimeters, and the surface area would be A equals to pi times the diameter squared is equals to pi times 0.4 meters squared equals to 0.503 meters squared. Now, the rate of heat transfer through the shell by conduction is Q conduction equals to K, which is the thermal conductivity, times the surface area, times the change in temperature over the length, equals to 80.2 watts per meter that degrees Celsius, times 0.503 meters squared, times 6 minus 0 degrees Celsius over 0.008 meters, which the converted value of 0.8 centimeters into meters is equal to 30,180 watts or 30.18 in kilowatts. Now, considering that it takes 333.7 kilojoules of energy to melt 1 kilogram of ice at 0 degrees Celsius. Now, the rate at which ice melts in the container can be determined from m dot ice over the rate of heat transfer, which is the Q, over the heat fusion of water is equals to 30.180 kilojoules per second over 333.7 kilojoules per kilogram. Cancel the kilojoules, and the answer would be 0.09 kilogram per second. Thank you. That would be all. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned something. God bless you all.